this coming Sunday, we begin the celebration of Advent. And in this video, I'd like to take just a couple minutes to explain what Advent is and how we're going to be celebrating that as a church. So Advent means coming. And for us as Christians, we're thinking particularly about the coming of Jesus. So we look at the Old Testament, God's given many promises to Israel of bringing salvation to them and through them to the world. And we see in the Gospels, especially in the New Testament, how Jesus fulfills those promises. And so we're being reminded of God's faithfulness to his people and now to us in Jesus. And also during Advent, we're also looking ahead to the second coming of Jesus because we have promises for that as well. And so Advent is a time that we are to think reflectively and just kind of ponder the coming of Jesus the first time, but also the second time, how we are longing to see him and to be with him. And so we are going to be lighting these candles during the next month or so. And these candles represent, first of all, hope, love, joy, and peace. And in the middle, we have the white candle, which represents Christ, and particularly the purity of Christ. And so as we think about these candles around the outside, with the white candle in the middle representing Christ, we remember what Christ has done to give us all these great gifts of hope, love, joy, and peace. These are gifts we can't have on our own apart from Christ, but Christ has gifted them to us through his salvation. And so we want to make sure we think about these things that Christ has given to us. And I know Christmas is a busy time of the year, a lot of things to do, a lot of good things to do and to enjoy. We also want to make sure that we reflect on the greatness of Jesus and what he has done for us in giving us eternal life and all these great gifts that go along with eternal life. To help us to do that, we're going to be focusing on the Gospel of Matthew and particularly the birth story of Jesus. And the title for this series is Meeting the Promised King. And so Matthew is going to introduce us to this wonderful king that has been promised, Jesus. And we get the chance to kind of renew this or maybe meet him for the first time. Maybe you don't know Jesus and this is a chance for you to meet him. And so we're going to be looking at some interesting characters, of course, in the birth story of Jesus. Joseph and Mary, this very young couple that God chooses to use. Also, we'll look at the angel Lord appearing to Joseph. The wise men, these strangers, these foreigners who appear to worship Jesus. But also a wicked king named King Herod. And how God used all these events around the birth story of this king. But also we'll look at some interesting places like Bethlehem, Egypt, and Nazareth. But it's also kind of interesting that Jerusalem is not very prominent. And it's like as though Jesus has been sent to take back this city, which is rightfully his. And so all these things are going to come into play, again, as we think about meeting Jesus and understanding who he is. And we'd love to have you come and visit us here. And what we want to give to you when you come is not just all kinds of other earthly gifts, but the gift of Jesus, because we believe he's the best thing that we could offer anyone. So please come and join us, and we'd love to see you here. Thank you so much.